Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Tats. I'm back with another video. We have a new box set of four movies on 4K today to review from Scream Factory, and yeah, I'm actually glad to finally get this in my hands. And this was a release. You already know what we're talking about. We got the Ring collection from Scream Factory today, so this is nice. Check these out. And overall, this is a really decent set. This was, if you remember, this I believe was supposed to come out like last October, November maybe. No, I think it was October. Yeah, this was originally supposed to come out last October, but then it got pushed to, yesterday, March 19th. And so, it came out and we now have it. And this nice collection comes with all three movies in the Ring trilogy, which, we'll get into that. I'm sure some people, well, we'll go ahead and get into it. I'm sure that there are probably some people out there who are probably miffed at the idea that, to get the Ring on 4K, because let's face it, this is, I think as far as everybody's concerned, the Ring is really the one that you're going to want on 4K. Like, that's going to be the main drawing point to anybody picking this up. I know that, from everything that people have said, like the Ring 2 and Rings, not their favorite. So I think everybody's gonna be like, yeah, the main reason I want this is the Ring. The Ring, it's a horror classic. It's scary. It's all this kind of atmospheric, everything else. Like that's the one you're gonna want, and stuff like that. But yeah, it kind of sucks. Like to get that one, I gotta buy this box set and get all three of them. Like, oh man, now I'm stuck with two sequels I don't want, but. Of course, I mean, come on, man. We know, like, a lot of people, they'll buy these box sets and then turn around and like, okay, well, here's the thing. All right, keep the one I want, and then I'll take these two and, sell them either on eBay or whatever else and, try to get some money back out of these. But me, I'm fine with just staying with all three. I like having the whole set. And yeah, this is actually overall, it's a good, decent release from Scream Factory. But, you got the nice, sturdy hard box. And everything else is not flimsy cardboard. It's a good rigid slipcase. But the biggest thing is, though, is I think if you're going into this thinking, well, like I just said a few minutes ago, these were supposed to have come out like last year, but they're not coming out till just now. So if you were hoping that like the reason why is like, oh man, we're going to get like tons of new bonus features and stuff like that. Sorry, no. I'm more than willing to bet that the reason why it was postponed was so that they could probably work on the 4K transfer and probably the sound and stuff like that. So, because yeah, after looking at all three of these, you get no, you really get no new bonus features or anything like that. It's all pretty much just imported over from the other releases. So we'll go ahead and get started. So now, of course, we got The Ring, the original, the classic. Before you die, you see The Ring. You know, uh, good movie. Very nice atmosphere. And this movie definitely wins in terms of 4K transfer because you have this movie, and it's a very dark film. It's very cold and blistery, kind of really blue and everything else. And of course, with HDR and everything, it works perfectly for a film like this. And the transfer is really well done. I will say, that the extra time they took was not in vain. This film does look genuinely good on 4K. Yeah, some of the, especially with some of the scenes, and everything. Um, I will say, if somebody was like, well, what about like the video footage, like when they're watching the tape, does that look any different? Whatever. It's like, very slight, but I mean, it's a good transfer. It looks good. The sound is Master Audio 5.1, or you can get the 2.0. But yeah, just the sound quality, I have to admit, didn't really blow me away. It's like when watching it, trying watching on just a regular TV, did have to kind of crank it up a bit so you could hear it. So yeah, the sound isn't going to really knock you out of your socks, but the picture quality will definitely look great. Like I said, when you consider the color palette and everything for a movie like this, the cold, dark, bluish kind of look of it and everything, and the feel of it and everything else. It does really lend itself quite well to 4K, especially with high dynamic range and everything else. You got the Dolby Vision. So, but anyway, so there we go, and we got the inside. There's the, and trying to get that turned around so you can see it. There we go. There's the 4K. There's the Blu-ray. And of course, yes, I do have to admit, we got to be honest here. Naomi Watts in 4K, always, an amazing, wonderful thing. So yes, Naomi Watts in 4K, definitely reason to, that's almost enough of a reason alone to get this. Sadly, though, no reversible cover art on any of these. So yeah, they're all just kind of. It's a pretty basic set, though. One thing I can say though that I am happy about is like at least thank God we don't have the scene of like Martin Henderson walking around like he did in the movie X. We don't have him walking around with like painted on tidy whities, stuff. So at least we don't have to deal with that in this movie. But no, overall, like I said, it is a good transfer and it is worthy. If you are a fan, you're gonna want this on 4K, and it, like I said, it does look great. Just the sound isn't gonna really knock you out of your shoes. But the Blu-ray, like I said, you got the bonus feature, just pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much imported, nothing new. The only thing new is the 4K scan, the original camera negative. Don't watch this collection of deleted footage, Rings, the short film that uncovers the terrifying and secret connection between The Ring and its sequel, The Origin of Terror, cast and crew interviews, and theatrical trailer. So yeah, so if you're hoping for like all kinds of brand new bonus features and stuff like that, you're not going to get it. But still, though, it is a good film, and yeah, and it definitely does work on 4K. So yeah, so this one definitely worth getting it for. Can't exactly say the same, honestly, for the Ring 2. Now the Ring 2, here we go. On the back, again, nothing new as far as bonus features. The one thing I will say that irritates me, though, is that the 4K is the theatrical cut, not the unrated cut. And you guys know me. You know how I am. You know how I operate. Usually, whenever something is coming out on 4K, I always want the longer version. I want the unrated cut. I want the extended version. Whatever. That's usually how I roll. And this here, because the theatrical cut is 110 minutes and the unrated cut is 128 minutes. So yes, I'm a little miffed that the 4K is so yeah, but so chances are probably like even though it is a decent transfer and everything else, I'm probably not going to be watching the 4K as much. If I was ever in the mood to want to watch The Ring 2, I'm definitely going to put in the Blu-ray because the Blu-ray has the unrated cut on it, and it's like yeah, disc 2, theatrical and unrated cut. Let's see, 4K scan the theatrical. Rings short film that uncovers the terrifying and secret connection between The Ring and its sequel, deleted scenes, Fear on Film, special effects, Faces of Fear, the cast, Samara from Eye to Icon, The Power of Symbols, The Making of The Ring 2, and theatrical trailers. So, or trailer, sorry. But then again, too, of course, like Naomi Watts in 4K is still a good thing. I stand by that. But so yeah, The Ring 2, just yeah, definitely going to be a weaker one of the set, because like I said, just I can't help it, guys. I know that there are people out there who's like, no, you should have the theatrical cut and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm just not one of those people. If you are, hey, that's cool. That's wonderful. I'm just not one of them. I'm just always going to want the longer, like, more extreme version. The more maximum strength version. That's just me. That's how I do it. But anyway, so yeah. So still, I mean, it's a good transfer. It looks fine and everything else. This is another one. You got the Master Audio 5.1. But yeah, just what can I tell you? So yeah, so for The Ring 2, if I'm ever going to be in the mood to watch that, I know some people will be like, why would you ever be? But, if I was ever in the mood to watch that, I'm going to probably just pop in the Blu-ray because it's going to have the version of it that I'm going to want to watch. And so finally, we get to the third one. We got Rings. And let's see. We got, what's the name? Sheldon? No. No. Oh, Leonard. Sorry. You could tell I'm not the world's biggest Big Bang Theory guy, but Yeah, you got Johnny Galecki, so yeah, this one here again, a good transfer. No, the only difference is sound wise. Like this one has a decent sound quality on it. I feel, it's a little bit of an improvement over the first two because you got Master Audio 7.1, but still, so yeah, the 4K, and then the Blu-ray, you have deleted extended scenes, including alternate ending. Terror comes full circle, resurrecting the dead, brings Samara back, scary scenes, and theatrical trailer. So, and I know this movie, to a lot of people, this movie was definitely the weakest of the three. But anyway, so yeah, so there you go. So I mean, that's kind of the big reason. Like, if you don't want this, it's basically so you could have, all three, But yeah, this is going to be the biggest selling point, though. Is like, if you're going to pick this up, it's mostly so you can get the first one. And the first one is worth it, despite the fact there's really no new bonus features. And, the sound isn't the best that it could be. But still, it's like the first one is definitely going to be your go to. But the second, the third one, like I said, the second one to me is definitely the weakest. And I already said why, because, you know, it's just not, to me, it's the wrong cut of the movie. And then the third one, it's fine. It might actually get, people who don't like the third movie, if you're like, I don't like the third movie, but, I'm willing to give it a look-see on, 4K. I don't know. Maybe it might give you a chance to, you know, maybe it might give you a chance to give it like a little reappraisal and decide, hey, actually, I don't mind it at all. So, but it is a nice set, though, a very sturdy, well put together set. And honestly, like I feel like this was worth the money. It actually wasn't that expensive. Real quick, let's just take a second, real quick. I got my tablet here. Use the calculator. Let's see. Okay, so in total, it was $68.47 for the whole thing, divided by three because we got three movies. So $22.82. I don't know if you can. Well, never mind. I don't know if you can see that or not. But anyway, so it comes out to each movie was $22.82. So that's not bad when you consider three movies on 4K. So almost $23 each. That's not a bad price. And but anyway, yeah. I mean, if you're a fan of the series and everything else, I would say go ahead and pick it up. It is. If nothing else, you're going to want it definitely for the first movie. I imagine there are probably some people out there, though, who will probably still be like, I still got my Paramount Blu-ray Steelbook. That's good enough for me. Hey, that's great. If you're happy with it, that's all that matters. But I will say, though, the 4K transfer I feel, is worth it, when you consider especially the color palette of the film and everything else. And, like I said, the HDR and everything, it definitely works. So, and, all three films, I feel like it's like, okay, at least, as far as I know, like all three films were solid transfers and everything else. So it's like, okay, well, I mean, all right, just sad we couldn't get more bonus features or anything like that. But like I said, I understand that, hey, they needed time to, get the transfers done better and get the, try to work on the sound. They still could have worked a little bit more on the sound. But anyway, yeah, it's about time to wrap this up because I'm really starting to sound like a broken record here. But yeah, I mean, if you are a fan and you want all three movies, I would say, yeah, definitely go ahead and pick it up. And it's not a bad price. And probably too, if you're not really in that anxious of a hurry to get this, it's like maybe, because like I said, altogether for me, it was $68.47, maybe wait a little bit. This might drop in price. You might be able to get it for like $50 or something, so who knows? So it's up to you, but so yeah, so I am happy, and it is nice to finally have, the Ring trilogy on 4K. So yeah, so overall, I feel satisfied with my purchase, so I'm happy about that. So okay, so if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please leave it a like, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed the review, and take care, everybody. Have a good night. I'll see you all later. Bye.